Got my tape measure. Time to see if the customer experience measures up. You are not ready for the biggest trend in customer experience, but fear not, my friends, you're not the only one. So today we are going to buy a sofa that is going to go right there. Not just any sofa though, it is a special kind of sofa. And we're also going to break down the 4 things that you need to master, we all need to master, before we worry about the biggest trend in customer experience for 2020. All of that and the 4 R's of a great customer experience on this week's episode of The Loyalty Loop from right here in Boca Raton in my Florida room. I need a measure for the couch. It's gonna be right there. See if I can get the right size. So what's the biggest trend for 2020 in customer experience? Personalization. Here's the thing, it's not a new trend. In fact, the Cloud IQ team released some research documenting the rise of personalization as a customer trend in 2017. Yeah, 3 years ago. And here's what they said. 69% of all consumers across the UK, US, and Australia want personalized experiences. And in 2018, Accenture research found that 91% of consumers are more likely to shop with brands who provide a personalized experience. That was now 2 years ago. But what is a personalized experience? I'm gonna break that down in just a second, but here's the deal. This is what they call a Florida room. And it's one of the things I love about living in Florida. It's living inside outside. It's full of sun and salt air and sea spray, and we have a TV for football games. It's magnificent. Feel that breeze. It's really just a sunroom or a conservatory or a solarium. Look, here's where Floridians spend their nights and weekends. They spend them in Florida rooms. And our Florida room needs a sofa, which is gonna go somewhere where I'm sitting right now. I've measured it all out and I'm ready to buy one, but you can see, you can't just buy a normal sofa that you'd use in a living room because it's exposed to the elements. You need something that will handle the outdoor elements. You need an outdoor sofa. But we want an outdoor sofa that feels like an indoor sofa, not like an outdoor sofa that feels like, anyway, it's important to us that it feel like it's indoor living outside. So Elizabeth, my wife, and I decide that we want an upholstered sofa, and there are very few options, it turns out, but we whittle it down to 2 options, one from Crate & Barrel and one from Our House. Our House. Our House. I don't know how to say it. Our House. I think it's German. I don't know. But it's furniture, and we want to sit on the furniture before we drop a few $1,000s on an outdoor sofa. So we call Crate & Barrel and Our House to see if the furniture is actually in the stores locally that we could actually sit on. Now, Crate & Barrel says no, they do not have it in the store, which is good because it's 45 minutes away anyway, and I don't feel like making the drive. And Our House, when we call, they say yes, the couch is in the store. If you'd like to come and sit on it, please feel free. Awesome. Now, here's the deal. As a marketer, if you ask any marketer what a personalized experience is, they start talking about things like this. They talk about artificial intelligence. They talk about voice commands on Amazon Alexa or Google Home. They talk about the Internet of Things. But here's the thing. If we're truly going to provide a personalized experience, we should base our personalized experience on what the consumer thinks a personalized experience should be. You see, here's what a personalized experience means to the consumer. Generally, consumers want 4 things. I call them the 4 R's. It turns out that 59% of all consumers want to be heard and understood. They want to be received. That's the first R, received. So based on that simple phone call to a store, we are going to drive the 45 minutes there and back to go sit on a sofa we'd like to put in our Florida room. And this seems like a very simple investment for something that's pretty expensive and non-returnable. So let's go check it out. This brings me to the second R. You see, 57% of consumers want to feel like they are running the show. That's the second R, running the show. Consumers want an experience that leaves them feeling in control of the experience, which is great. I feel like I'm in control of the experience. We decide to drive up, and that on the way up, we decide if we like the couch, we are going to buy the couch on the spot because we are so excited about our Florida room. We're in control. Let's talk about the third R. The third R is remember. 60% of consumers wish that the brands they buy from just remembered them. Such a simple thing. That's the third R, remember them. We just want to be remembered. So we arrive at the house, wander around for about 2 minutes, and can't find the couch we're looking for. So we actually ask a sales associate a quick question. Hey, could you point us to the Spinnaker sofa in your outdoor section? We'd love to sit on it and give it a try. And here's what she says. She says they do not have the Spinnaker sofa on display. It's not there. It hasn't been there. It's never been there. It's not like it just got sold. They do not have it in the store. And here's the thing, she offers to order it online for us. Now, I can do that at home. I didn't need to make the drive 45 minutes each way to sit in a couch that is not here. I can do the ordering, thank you. Here's the thing, we just called and asked if the sofa was on display and they said yes. And this brings us to the fourth R. Yes, we want to feel like we've been received, that we've been understood and listened to. Yes, we want to feel like we are running the experience. Yes, we want to feel like we've been remembered. But the fourth R, that is the most important R. The fourth R is relevant. 77% of consumers want relevant experiences, offers, and rewards. Relevant. We want relevant offers and discounts, sure. We want relevant content, but we also want relevant in-store experiences. And for anyone with a physical location, this is a must-have. You see, every employee at our house must understand how important it is when you're selling furniture to be able to direct consumers so that they have a great, relevant experience. My store experience was totally irrelevant because they did not have it in stock. More importantly, it was completely irrelevant and misguided because they didn't even listen to me. They didn't receive my real question and understand the importance of the experience they had to deliver on. Their entire retail experience is irrelevant to me because they aren't carrying that one item. And look, even though they're not carrying it, they could have been honest about it on the phone and just told me they don't have it in the store. At the end of the day, it all starts with your team and your training. It's time we all got back to basics and started personalizing experiences the right way. It's not hard. It's not a new trend. In fact, it's just a timeless business truth. Here's the amazing thing. Companies with highly engaged employees that follow the 4 R's of a great personalized experience, actually outperform their competitors by 147%. Why? Because those employees provide a highly engaged experience, a highly personalized experience. Because all consumers want is to be delivered a relevant experience from people who receive and remember us, while they make it feel like we, the consumer, are running the show. Here's the deal. After I stomped out of the Our House showroom and drove the 45 minutes back, I caved in. My wife and I decided to order the sofa online, even though the in-store experience was less than optimal. But I won't go to an Our House retail experience again because it's not personalized in the most basic sense. So instead of spending all your time worrying about artificial intelligence and voice command and control of your marketing experience and marketing automation and all the other stuff that you could spend time working on to create a great and technologically advanced experience, maybe it's time we just get back to the basics and give customers exactly what they want, the 4 R's. All right, next week we are going to do our very first marketing makeover. That's right, we're going to take somebody's marketing and make it over to see if it performs better. And we're going to focus on marketing and sales emails for software as a service in the B2B market. So if that's interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to the Loyalty Loop so you don't miss next week's episode. You'll get every episode of the Loyalty Loop one day before everybody else in the world. And I hope you subscribe. In the meantime, I'm going to try to find a new rug. You see, I decided that now that we've got a new couch coming for over here, we're going to need a new and bigger and better outdoor rug. Not just any rug, an outdoor one. So, you know, I'm gonna go to Houzz and learn what it takes to find a good rug. You know what? I do have some questions, like what is sisal? I have no idea. All right, I gotta put the tape measure back. Have a great day.